What's up, Nerd Nation? It's your boy Hunter here from Film Nerd TV, and tonight we're doing another episode of Nerd News. I am joined. Oops, my camera. I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Chance Ellison. How's it going, brother?
What's up, man? Howdy back for Nerd News Season 2. Let's get it.
Yeah, season dos.
Season 2.
And tonight we actually have a third panelist, ladies and gentlemen.
Not just the two of us this time?
Huh?
It's not just the two of us this time?
Oh, no, it's not. We have one more. The Red Ranger himself,
Oh, wow.
RJ. How's it going, brother?
What's up, everybody? I'm good, man. Just trying to get over this sickness. Got a full week of work going on, but I'm ready to talk about some nerdy stuff.
Yeah, let's get nerdy.
All right, so let's get into our stories. So, for those of you watching this, we go over some nerdy news topics. So it could be comic books, video games, TV, all kinds of stuff. So let's get into it. But we have a bunch of miscellaneous news because we haven't done this show in quite a while. But let's go from the top. First of all, this is what I want to address first of all. So, acclaimed actress and director Jodie Foster, I'm not sure what she was getting an interview for, but she was getting an interview and she gave a statement on pretty much the state of filmmaking today. She pretty much said, the biggest takeaway, she said, like, big blockbusters are essentially ruining the public. And she concluded her statements with the word, "I don't want to make $200 million movies about superheroes." Chime in a second, but let me just say, first of all, Jodie, if you don't like comic movies, that's fine. If you could just I don't like superhero movies and just left it at that, you wouldn't be catching as much heat as you are right now. But the fact that you are essentially insulting the audience who love these movies, which I think it's all three of us, which, by the way, just speaking for me, I've seen comic movies that are better than anything you've ever directed.
Yep.
But, it's one thing to not like something. It's another thing to just insult the audience who does. So, Hunter, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, actually, let's start with RJ since he is our guest tonight.
Start with first.
Well, here's the thing. Do I appreciate her comments? No.
No.
Do I agree with her comments? I have to say slightly yes. It is an unfortunate thing. Look, it is shown in the past years, every year, movie sales are going down. There's a reason for that. And it might be the blockbusters because people aren't encouraged really to go to the movies for regular movies anymore. Unless you're an avid film lover, most of the time it's just too expensive nowadays. So you wait for the movies that are actually like, dude, this is going to be an event. Like the superhero movies, because the superhero movies are now learning. If we make our movies like comics, if we make them actually make sense with each other, make them all related, it makes it more interesting for the audience. And it proves it. But that's the bad side to it. Now, if people have to go see a movie that has nothing else to do with what else they're watching, most regular going movie audiences don't care enough to go see it.
Right.
It's a sad fact. It's my opinion, and it's kind of for me too. I myself, it is very hard for me to convince myself to go watch a movie that does not have some kind of continuity universe or anything like that, to go out of my way and spend the $10 to $15 it's going to take to go watch a movie.
So what you're saying is you did not see Baby Driver this summer.
I actually didn't. I did not get the chance to go see it.
Oh, wow.
I regret it, but just with how busy life can be, and just sometimes, it's kind of like how people say you got your priorities, and right now in this age of comic book movies and blockbusters, they're the priority. And some other movies, unfortunately, fall by the wayside, and I feel bad sometimes because I feel like, man, like these movies that I hear do so good don't do well at the box office. Maybe I should have gone out and bought a ticket, but I didn't. I could do about it at that point.
Right. I see where you're coming from. Hunter, what do you think, buddy?
I'm at two fronts here. One, I'm a big fan of the comic book movies, the Star Wars, the big blockbuster movies. I can see where she's coming from, but she should have worded it so much better.
Yeah.
The wording
on her
the
part.
wording's what got me. You should not say that a particular movie is ruining people and they shouldn't go out to see this. Now, I understand if you don't like comic movies and you don't want to make them. By the way, no one asked you to make them. We never said, hey, Jodie Foster, make a comic movie.
No, we're not asking you to do that, Joe. Just because
we're not.
We don't want that.
You're allowed to have your opinion, but don't judge people who want to go out and support these big blockbuster movies, who want to go see them, which is what I feel like she did in her statement. She's like, oh, it's ruining them. You know, they shouldn't go out and do it. And I'm just like, I don't want people to tell me what to do. I agree with RJ when he's like, you know, the blockbusters, you're more entitled, you're more, you know, incensed to go out and see it.
Enticed. That was the word you were looking for.
That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. But to me, like, I kind of agree and not with you, RJ, because, like, I do agree on the fact that the big blockbusters have more people going out to see it. And, you know, maybe those people who like this movie didn't go out to see the small movies. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about this one because, again, like I said, the wording is what really got to me, not the message. The message I kind of agree with, but I feel like she shouldn't blame or put judgment on people who like going to see the big blockbuster movies.
Yeah, like what I will say is I get what you're trying to say because, like, I think at a sense she's right because we do as a society put more focus on these big, huge summer blockbusters, and you know sometimes movies can be great, like they can be phenomenal, but you know you also need to they're also like little indie movies that also need your support too.
Mm-hmm.
But don't insult the fan base. Like something I've always said on this show. And I've been on record on the show saying many times, I don't like anime.
Yeah.
I think anime. But I would never insult the fans who do like anime just because I don't.
Speaking of anime.
Talk to me sometime. Let me give you a list. I might be able to persuade you.
You might.
Let me give you a list.
Who knows? Like,
yeah.
Like but I'm not gonna call RJ. I'm not gonna call RJ. You know, a corporate shill because he likes anime.
Yeah.
That'd be the opposite.
All right. So yeah, so and Jodie Foster, you can have your opinion on filmmaking in general. Just don't insult the fans because that's well.
Which is actually speaking of that, that's my New Year's resolution is to go out and see more indie movies.
Oh yeah.
I didn't catch Baby Driver in theaters. I was going to. I just didn't have the money to go see it. I caught it on Blu-ray and DVD, and I absolutely love that movie. It sucks that I didn't go out and see it in theaters. My resolution is to try to mix in some indie movies or some small-budget movies along with the big blockbusters.
Right on, right on. All right, let's move on to our next story. We had some trailer goodness drop. Of course, we had Slender Man, which, of course, is based off the Slender Man, the whole Slender Man myth, and of course the video game. This trailer dropped. It's coming out, I believe, this year. It's directed by Sylvain White. People might know from The Losers. Let's start with Hunter first. Hunter, what do you think of this trailer?
All right, so this is where I stand with this trailer. The opening I thought was pretty good. You know, it set a good dark tone, like a great horror tone. Towards the middle is where I feel like they started showing a little too much for a teaser trailer. But this is way off the spectrum of what I thought a Slender Man movie would be about. Now, sorry guys, I have a if you guys know the story of Beware the Slender Man, the documentary on HBO about the two little girls who attempted to murder and sacrifice one of their friends for Slender Man, who they believe was Slender Man. I thought they were going to go more of a fictional route towards that, which I think that would have been amazing to see. But this one seems to be going on a lot of the lore and a lot of the fantasy side of the creepypasta, the Slender Man myths. And if you look at it like that, this trailer was pretty good, but I do feel like they showed a little too much and gave away a little too much of the plot points going into it, but that's just me.
Okay. I'll go to our resident chicken, RJ, last, but I'm gonna go first. I was actually an avid player of the Slender Man video game. I think that's kind of it's a great example of it's a simple game, but it uses that simplisticness to be very effective and actually try to be a very effective horror game. Watch this trailer made me realize how little I actually know about Slender Man, because I didn't know what was going on in this trailer. Like, it's honestly like a mishmash of horror movies I've seen before. You see a little Ring, you see a little Grudge, you see a little Bye Bye Man, which nobody's copied from at all. Like, I don't know what this movie is. Like, it looks like one of those cheap January horror movies. And yeah, I'm not entirely looking forward to this. I'm really curious, and I hope it's good, because the one shot I actually do like is when you actually see the Slender Man, because the trailer does nothing to actually, unless you actively explore, this trailer does nothing to convey that this is a Slender Man movie, aside from that last shot in the trailer. So yeah, like if you're trying to sell this to people who don't like know the lore entirely, you're not doing a very good, effective job. So
yeah,
that's the trailer. RJ, what do you think, buddy?
Cluck, cluck, because I ain't going to see this movie
I saw his reaction live. It was the funniest shit ever.
Like, no, why do people do this to themselves? Like, I don't understand. Why would you want to sit through an hour and a half of that? Like, why? The chick stabbed herself in the eye. Why would I do that? Why would I want to see that be done to a person? I don't care how bad the visual effects are. Why do I want to see that? Why do I want to see this creepy humanoid figure walking in the forest when you know she looks in the tree and he's in the distance and she goes back? You know he's going to be right there when you look back again. Why don't you run? Why did you lock yourself in the house? Go where there are people. This is ridiculous. Jeez. I'm not going to see this movie.
Red over.
Okay. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Let's end up there.
Yeah, let's.
So in summary, the trailer did its job, and it scared me. I ain't gonna go see this movie.
Let's stop this. Yeah, this is made for like those teenagers who like see scary movies.
Yeah.
Like, my sister's one of those people. She's in this whole like horror movie kick, and this seems like.
But I do have to agree with Chance. I still don't know what this movie's about. I just know I'm not gonna go see it.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Chance, look up the documentary on HBO. Beware the Slender Man.
Yeah,
really good documentary.
By the way, there's actually a petition to not release this movie from the father of one of the perpetrators of that crime. But it's weird. It's the father of the person who actually did it. You know who hasn't said anything about this movie? The victim or her family.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything.
The documentary is really good, though. It's really well done.
But it looks kind of obvious that, like, it's not about that. This movie gave me no indication that they're trying to do, like, a dramatization of what happened.
Yeah, I know. I'm just telling him if he wanted to have a good Slender Man documentary, that's one of them.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the petition. Like, y'all trying to make a petition when this isn't about you. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, it isn't about your kid. It's about what your kid claimed she was doing it for.
Claimed to see.
It's not actually about your kid.
Yeah.
So you need to calm down.
All right, well.
Take a Xanax and just chill.
All right. With that, RJ, let's move on. So, Ridley Scott, when talking about All the Money in the World this week, talked about the fact that he had an idea for Blade Runner 3. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen Blade Runner 2049 or not, but no? Okay, well, let me tell you, without giving too much away, it does open the door for part 3. But what I will say is, I don't want Ridley Scott doing this. Just because he's shown in recent years with things like Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
I actually like Covenant.
Huh?
Covenant I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, look, I like Covenant when it was an Alien prequel, not a Prometheus sequel.
A sequel.
But I mean, but also like I do love Blade Runner 2049. and that's because it felt like Denis Villeneuve's vision, felt like what he wanted a Blade Runner movie to be. And also, Ridley Scott had creatively not much input on that movie. He was a producer, which means he didn't have to do much. And he's talking about coming back and doing a full Blade Runner 3, which, by the way, I don't think can happen because Blade Runner 2049 wasn't exactly the biggest hit.
Yeah.
So, Hunter, what do you have to say about all this?
Well, I'm coming in completely clean. Haven't seen the first Blade Runner. Haven't seen Blade Runner 2049.
Oh.
So I don't really care, to be honest.
Shame.
Hey, do not shame me from Game of Thrones, mister.
Oh, we'll get to Game of Thrones later, but keep going.
Yes. So I really have nothing to say about this because I haven't seen either one of them. And I'm ready to get crucified by the internet.
Come on, man. You need to watch Blade Runner. It's a classic. RJ.
I heard it was really boring.
It's not. It's boring. Okay, I'm going to sound like a douche if I'm saying this. It's boring if you have a short attention span or you're not into high concept sci-fi.
Okay, so I would hate it is what you're saying.
Yes, you would hate it. Because I do know you. I don't know what I'm asking. RJ, any input you have on Blade Runner 3?
Go ahead and ring the shame bell at me, too. I haven't seen either of them either.
Yes! God, not love! Shame.
From if you remember my infamous drunk match, that was the only question I missed. It was a Blade Runner question.
Yep, I forgot. That's right.
I was close, though. I knew it had something to do with the rain.
The infamous drunk match. I have to look that one up now.
Biggest takeaway, you guys should watch Blade Runner. And yeah, Ridley Scott, stop
That's 2049. I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it was fantastic. I didn't go see it.
It's one of my favorite movies of the year. All right. Well then, moving on. A story that you guys might be more well versed in. So we've known that an Animaniacs reboot has been happening for a little while. Well, now we have some more details. We know that the show is going to Hulu up for not one but two seasons, and it's set to premiere in 2020. Steven Spielberg is coming back to executive produce, although we have no word on whether or not the original cast is coming back. RJ, if you're a little older than us, did you watch Animaniacs, and what do you think of this story?
I'm sorry. Do I need to pull up my Hulu list and show you that I just added Animaniacs because they just added that shit? I love Animaniacs. How dare you, sir? I don't care how much older I am than you. Animaniacs is one of the greatest cartoons of all time.
I love Animaniacs. It's one of my favorite cartoons ever.
I love that theme song. Greatest theme song ever. I've met Animaniacs. He's the coolest guy. He did Yakko's voice for me because I told him that was my favorite role of his.
So, what do you have to say about this Animaniacs reboot?
I love that. I don't know how to feel. I love Animaniacs. I am just reboots of 90 cartoons have not worked. It doesn't work. I get it. It's Steven Spielberg coming back, and if they get the original voice cast, which I'm sure they will, because they all still work and they would all still love to do it. It's just that style of comedy just doesn't work anymore.
I disagree. I disagree there.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I can watch Animaniacs and feel the nostalgia, but it doesn't hit me like it did when I was a kid. It doesn't. It doesn't resonate the same way. I enjoy it for the nostalgia fact now, not because of its actual humor. It's back then, the humor was new. In a way of how they did all the pop culture references, all the adult jokes that they snuck in there. That's all now. I mean, we have, to me, adult cartoons ruined that for us. It's not new. It's not fun anymore to do that. It's the norm. So bringing Animaniacs back to do it, I don't know how to feel. I don't know if it's going to feel the same way about it when it was new and it was taking a chance and a risk.
Right.
I mean, not that cartoon hadn't done it before, but Animaniacs were way more obvious about their jokes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Hunter. Hunter, do you watch Animaniacs? What do you think about the story?
I watched a few episodes on and off. I mean, when I was channel surfing, I'd find an episode and watch it. I enjoyed it, man. The pop culture references for the time worked. Now, maybe not so much. I need to go back and revisit it. But again, with RJ, I'm conflicted because on one hand, it would be cool to see them come back in a reboot, and especially with all the pop culture references they could bring out and all the jokes they could make, and especially with like all the movie studios and like Warner Brothers making fun of them, making fun of Disney, Fox. I could see it working, but again, it all depends on how they go by doing this show. If they make it for fans and newbies, it could work. Or you could go completely newbie and completely squash like Teen Titans Go. Which, by the way, fuck Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, fuck Teen Titans Go.
I will fight you on Teen Titans Go. I will fight you on that.
That show sucks, RJ.
I enjoy the hell out of Teen Titans Go.
Well, you also like Gordy, so who knows?
What is it like Gordy? What was wrong with Gordy?
We can talk about Gordy. Get back to Animaniacs.
But again, I'm gonna go on the side of I'm excited for it, especially for someone who hasn't watched the entire show and has watched a few episodes here and there, and actually heard of it and actually kind of enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing what a reboot of Animaniacs would look like.
Okay, as far as me, I'm a massive, massive fan of Animaniacs, as well as all Steven Spielberg's cartoons. And they were before my time, so I had to go back. And watch them again. And granted, you have to know what's going on at that time to get some of the humor. But as someone, if you're like me and you're obsessed with past culture, it works for you. I feel like that brand of comedy still work. It could be still as frantic and still as zany, but think about going on today, the stuff they could make fun of, the stuff they could bring reference to. They could push boundaries that they weren't able to push back then. And I'd be skeptical too if it weren't for a little show called DuckTales.
Woo!
DuckTales, I felt about, but the reboot of DuckTales is
so good.
It's better than I thought a reboot of DuckTales would ever be, because it's both modern, it's retro, it's new, it's fresh. Yep.
It's everything. It's so good.
I feel like we take a similar take with Animaniacs. The show could be great. So I'm optimistic. I have to wait to see. Granted, I do think they need the original cast because they are so synonymous with those roles, and you kind of need those voices back.
Yeah.
I said the same thing about DuckTales, although they brought back new voices and I still buy it. So I'm gonna wait. I'm reserving judgment until I see some concept or some voice casting news. Overall, I am optimistic, man.
Yeah.
Moving on. Towards the end of December, Netflix dropped their movie Bright, which of course was the modern, contemporary fantasy, which starred Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, was directed by David Ayer, written by the infamous Max Landis. Well, there was talk of a sequel, and it's just been confirmed that there will be a sequel. David Ayer will come back to write and to direct and write this time. Will Smith will be reprising his role in the movie. There's no word of whether or not Joel Edgerton's coming back. I'll go first on the story. I think this is a good idea. Not because I like Bright. That movie is not good. It feels like it's written by a 12-year-old.
Oh, so it's not good.
Huh? No,
so it's not good.
No, not even close. It's it's something you watch and you feel. It feels like there's a good movie trapped in there trying to get out, but underneath all the just horrible writing and just strange over the top characters, Doesn't work.
Question though.
Yeah.
Can it be fun? Can you sit down and have fun with it?
Sure. You can watch it. There's some fun action sequences. The interaction between Will Smith and Joe Edgerton can be fun at times, but overall, it's a very disjointed product. It tries to have a message to it, which falls through the but I always said there was potential in Bright. And I always say, like, when you look at movies, bad movies should get sequels too, because you look at an example I point to all the time is the first Star Trek. Star Trek: The Motion Picture is one of the most dull, lifeless films I've ever seen in my life. And then from that, we got Star Trek 2, which is one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. I'm optimistic. I'm not super hopeful just because David Ayer doesn't have the best track record recently. They're already on a shaky foundation. But hopefully it'll be good. Hunter, have you seen Bright, and are you looking forward to this sequel?
Well, considering I just asked you, is it good? Is it fun? I have not.
I don't know why I asked you if you've seen it or not.
No, but I do have some thoughts on, as you said, bad movies getting sequels, and I agree. Why should good movies only get sequels? You know, especially Netflix with, all the risks that they take. I feel like if you're trying to do a sequel of a bad movie, Netflix is a good place to do it from. Haven't seen Bright. Don't really have a lot of interest in Bright. Trailers haven't caught me. The reviews have thrown me away more. Yeah, I really don't care about this. If the sequel's good, then all to it.
Okay, RJ, have you seen Bright, and what are your thoughts on the sequel?
So I did see Bright. I enjoyed it. I do agree that it had some problems, but overall, I enjoyed the movie. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel for it. Like you said, I think the best part of it was the interaction between Joe Edgerton and Will Smith. The story did kind of lack a certainness to it, but overall, I don't mind seeing a sequel. But fun story for this movie. This is a shirt I got from Studio ADI, Augmented Dynamics Incorporated. They're the ones who did the visual effects for all the orcs. They made all the orc makeup. I got to actually go into their warehouse and see all the orc makeup, how they made them, how they painted them. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
So I definitely support this movie because those guys need more work. Like they did a fantastic job with the orcs, in my opinion.
Yeah,
getting to see the behind the scenes of it and see them on camera, I like what they did with them.
And Joe Edgerton is trying so hard in that movie, but he's just getting let down by a bad script.
To me, it looks like a more fantasy version of Men in Black.
No.
In a way. Huh?
No, it's more like it's Alien Nation, which is kind of like, you have the human cop and then you have the cop of another species, and that whole dynamic. You're trying to make an allegory for. It's a misguided allegory for racial dynamic.
Yeah. While we're on topic of Netflix movies, though, I did see one that I'm not sure a lot of people would like. But I had so much fun with this movie. It's called The Babysitter.
That's the one with Bella Thorne.
Yeah, it's
that comedy horror.
Yeah, directed by Mick G.
I haven't seen it yet, but
dude,
King Batch is in it, so I might check it out. He makes me.
It's so much fun, dude. It's gory fun. I laughed through the entire movie.
I'll have to check it out. Well, all right. Well, speaking of Netflix, we're still on Netflix stories. So, there's a bit of news from me and Hunter. The Sabrina the Teenage Witch show that will be going to Netflix has just cast its lead.
I thought that was going on CW. I didn't realize it was going on Netflix.
No, it's actually going on Netflix.
Okay, so they're not tying it up with Riverdale then.
No, it is. It's still a Riverdale show, but the thing is, like, Netflix and CW, they kind of have joint custody of Riverdale.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just because like it airs on the CW. It airs on the CW here in America, but over overseas. original.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this woman's name. Give me a second. I literally looked her up right before the show, but I forgot the actress's name because I don't know who she is.
Welcome to the Power Live.
I just know she's from Mad Men.
Yeah, she's Sally Draper on. Kiernan Shipka, who you might recognize. Sorry, who people might recognize as from Mad Men. She'll be headlining this new show as, of course, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Hunter, what do you think about all this?
Well, first I didn't realize that the Netflix situation, but as someone who watches Riverdale, as me and Chance do our reaction or our recap shows, which are coming back on the 16th, I believe, correct?
Yes.
But I'm excited. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched Mad Men, so I'm not sure if she's a good actress and stuff like that. But I'm just excited for Sabrina the Teenage Witch reboot in general. Especially if it's on Netflix, you can get away with a little bit more. If it's on satellite TV or cable.
Yeah.
I kind of hope we see more of a Riverdale dark, gritty Sabrina, which I think we're going to get. So I'm excited, but I don't really have enough on the actress to really say if she's good for the role, bad for the role. All I know is I'm excited for this show.
Yeah, the thing about it, like I do watch Mad Men. The thing about it, she's good on the show, but her character is awful.
So it's writing.
Yeah, RJ, do you watch Riverdale or Mad Men? Or did you watch 13th Place?
I didn't watch Mad Men. I have watched the first season of Riverdale, but I don't have TV, so I'm not currently watching the second. Hulu does not simulcast that one.
Yeah.
So I can't watch it. And I did watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch back in the day. So overall, no. I don't like it.
Really?
Kind of another of the reboot things. If they're gonna turn Sabrina the Teenage Witch into what Riverdale is, I'm not happy about it. I don't need that. Yeah, like I don't need teen drama in like that kind of hardcore teen drama in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I like the teen comedy aspect of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And Riverdale already kind of pissed me off by introducing Josie and the Pussycats. They kind of did. I didn't like it. I was like, no, Josie and the Pussycats belong in one group. That's the Scooby Gang. You should have made a live action Scooby-Doo, and then you introduced Josie and the Pussycats. And then I would have been okay with it. You introduced Scooby-Doo new movies, like back in the day when they had celebrity guests, and they team up with Josie and the Pussycats to kidnap a monster.
RJ Rants.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway, we need to have RJ on more episodes of Nerd News.
This needs to be like a personal segment, just RJ rants on whatever topic.
Right.
I'm just I don't know how to feel about she's a good looking girl. Yeah, whatever, cool. They're gonna make it a teen drama. Obviously, she's got to be hot. She's hot.
Well, I mean,
hey, hold on. I'm not sure how old she is, so you may want to retract that statement.
I'm sure she's gonna be starring as Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She's at least 18.
See, to me though,
she is 18, so we're okay to say she's hot.
Yeah, see, to me, I watched a little bit of the older Sabrina when I was younger. And they can add the drama and they can also add the comedy. It could be completely different and add a little bit more comedy, more humor than Riverdale does. And, if you add some of the, the witches and the spells and stuff, I think this could be a really good, fun reboot.
What this could be, what I'm thinking this might be, this could be what the Flash was to Arrow, because
Arrow's really dark.
Yeah, Arrow was so dour and so serious, and that wasn't a bad thing. That was just the
No.
show. Then you go to Flash, and it was with light. It was fun.
That's what I think is going to happen, actually.
Yeah, It's gonna be weird. Like my biggest reservation about this is that they're introducing magic to the Riverdale universe, which will introduce a whole.
I don't think they're going to connect it to the universe as much as you think they are.
They might. Well, they're pushing Greendale a lot this season.
Well,
so.
The location of Greendale is. I don't think you're going to have Sabrina show up or any of the cast. I think it's going to stay separate. They can go to Greendale. They can do their missions or whatever. I think the cast are going to be completely separate.
Well, we will see.
Can I just have my Scooby-Doo live-action gang, please?
No.
Let's do that.
We had 2 movies.
Yeah, we
two
had
live-action movies, and they both sucked.
We had 2 theatrical movies and 2 TV movies.
TV movies.
What were the odds?
And all of them sucked, except for one of them. I kind of like The Mystery Begins.
I want a legitimate series. That's all I want.
Is it a
legitimate series? I want a talking Great Dane. I want them to make it happen. I don't want no CG bullshit. You get a real Great Dane.
He wants a literal dog to start talking.
I want that Great Dane to know how to speak.
Speak English, damn it.
Okay, you know what? I know how to please RJ. We just need to get Andy Serkis to do mocap for Scooby-Doo.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Well, what do you want, RJ?
He wants an actual dog.
I want a real dog. I want a real Great Dane that will jump in Shaggy's arms when it is afraid.
Okay.
That's what I want.
That's probably the best episode of Nerd News we've ever done.
Enough Scooby-Doo.
And I want my Titans. Just bring me Titans already. CW's already pissing me off.
Yes, Titans. Except for that.
We'll talk about that later.
Don't get me started on Titans. But yeah, okay, let's keep going.
He doesn't like Titans.
I'm not saying hey,
Ah!
I haven't seen. I can't say I don't like it. I'm just saying this looks kind of stupid. But I digress. Okay, so last Netflix story of the day, I swear. So in wake of the Disney Fox deal, Apple industry analysts expect that Apple will step in and buy Netflix, which could yield a very lucrative partnership, just because Apple's a big part of the streaming game, just because they have the whole digital HD, the digital copy thing. And also you gotta think, Netflix as a business, they are in severe trouble because they are still in I don't know if it's billion or trillion. They're still in a ton of debt, and I feel like you attach someone like Apple who can help them kind of carry that. It could help. It could help Netflix as a whole, and because I do like Netflix as a platform, I do think they have a lot of creative movies. They have a lot of creative stuff going there. I think as a great platform for up and coming writers and directors and actors. And I don't want it to go away, because when Disney starts their new streaming service, it's going to be a massive hit. So I feel like a partnership with Apple could be very lucrative for Netflix and Apple at the same time. So RJ, what do you think about Apple possibly buying Netflix?
All right, one more rant. Y'all see that little white light Apple has? Nobody watched iRobot? It's a little white light. And one day that light on all your iPhones is going to turn red. And then you're all going to regret having iPhones. And I'm going to sit here with my Android and be like, y'all fucking stupid. I'm sorry for
Skynet lives!
Now, as far as this actual story goes, I understand Netflix debt situation, but I think teaming with Apple is a horrible idea.
Really?
I just see that going bad in so many ways. I can see Netflix exclusively with Apple products starting to charge more because of the fact that it is an Apple-owned thing. Netflix losing even more subscribers because of that fact that it is an Apple-owned product. I work in an Office Depot. I get it. I'm not a big technology thing, but I sell computers. And I don't know how many times a day people come in complaining about Apple. They are not the big thing that they were when they first came out. People are starting to notice that they are like everybody else. They have so much BS when it comes to their products. Netflix doesn't need that negativity attached to them. I think them teaming with Apple would be a terrible idea.
Okay, well, I will counter you point though, because you say it's going to increase the price. The price is going to, the way Netflix is going, they're just going to be accumulating debt, so the price is going to go up anyways. I think with Apple stepping in, they could accumulate that debt, so the price would actually start going down. And so,
actually, if you look at it, sorry to interrupt you, but if you look at it, if Apple's going to have to try to help Netflix out of debt and spend all that money, they're actually going to increase the price more. So either way, they're going to increase the price no matter what we do. Exactly. It's not going to lower. It's not going to lower. It's going to keep going up. Apple's going to spend more money, so they're going to up the charge of your premium service anyway.
But also, you got to think like with the whole Disney Fox deal, that and them starting their own streaming service, that's a lot of royalties that they won't have to pay anymore. That's going to help a lot too.
And don't get me started on fucking net neutrality, motherfucker.
We can do a whole video on net neutrality.
Oh, we can. We should.
Your thoughts on Apple possibly buying Netflix?
Again, I'm torn. I agree with you, Chance. I agree with you, RJ. Both for different reasons.
You must choose.
Motherfucker, pick a side.
I don't care. Disagree with it.
To me, the one problem I have is I don't want there to be a monopoly on one thing. And that's why I'm getting worried. Disney's over here buying properties. Apple's like, I'm going to go here and buy properties also. To the point where we're going to have one service. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that Netflix is in trouble. And they need to partner up with somebody. I feel like there are other potential partners other than Apple. But if that's all you have, then of course you're going to do what, is good for the business. You're going to partner and you're going to help yourself out of debt. I just hope at the end it doesn't cost us. Doesn't cost the consumer. Because then you're going to lose subscribers even more.
Right. And also, I don't want this to, ultimately result in Netflix going away because I do think they're doing something.
I love Netflix.
Yeah, because they're doing some interesting stuff, especially with their original content. Because you have not just these up and coming directors, you have these seasoned veterans like Scorsese and Matt Reeves just signed a multi-picture deal, and Dave McKenzie directed Hell or High Water, was one of my favorite movies of 2016, and so many other people.
Black Mirror is one of the best shows on Netflix.
What?
Black Mirror is one of my favorite shows on Netflix as original program goes.
You have so many people coming to this platform because they can help. All right, that's the last Netflix story of the day, guys.
Right. You said the last one was the last one.
No. Last time.
No, that's what I meant. I meant that last one was the last.
Okay. The second to last.
Okay. Next one we have very similar story. It's TV in 2019, which is looking to be a banner year, with the announcement that the last season of Game of Thrones, in addition to possibly the fourth season of Rick and Morty, will both premiere in 2019. Which that's a long wait for us fans, but as someone who loves both of these shows, I'm willing to wait. Just because, well, first of all, Game of Thrones, I'm willing to wait because I'm not entirely ready to say goodbye to Westeros, especially because that season's only going to be 6 episodes. It's gonna be hard, but hey, the more I can prolong that, the better. And Rick and Morty, I feel like Dan Harmon's one of the most creative voices working in television today. And I feel like if he needs time to, I don't know why he would, but if he needs time to, write and come up with new ideas for Rick and Morty season 4, which as far as animated shows go, doing some of the most creative stuff I'm seeing on TV, I say give him time, which might piss some people off, but I say, let the creators create because the last thing I want is rushed product. So, Hunter, are you fans of these shows? And what are you more disappointed to hear is coming out in 2019? Rick and Morty or Game of Thrones?
Well, on your first question, am I a fan of both of these?
I don't know what you're holding. Oh, okay.
Oh, bitch.
Nice.
I love Rick and Morty. I binge watched that whole series in 3 days. I love Game of Thrones. I have a Targaryen shirt in my room. I've watched every season at least twice. Which one am I most disappointed in? Is what you said? That's going to be wait till 2019?
Yeah.
I would probably say disappointed. Probably Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yes, I am a huge, huge Game of Thrones fan, man. And to see that having to wait another whole another year. Now, don't get me wrong. I want them to take their time, but I kind of wish I had it right now. This is where, no spoilers, but this is where shit's going down. This is the Great War.
Yeah, and
Holy shit, I'm excited. Rick and Morty, I love that show, but I'll be okay until then because I can rewatch old episodes and stuff. Game of Thrones, man, that is my shit. That's one of my favorite shows of all time.
all right, RJ, you a fan of these shows? First of all, you a fan of both of these shows?
Rick and Morty, unfortunately, I just I'm pretty sure I'd enjoy it, but it's just one of those adult cartoons that sometimes I'm just like, I'm not about it right now. Maybe later I'll check it out. Like, actually, I finally just gave Archer a chance.
Really?
On Hulu. Like Archer. Yeah, I did not watch Archer while it was on. I'm actually just catching up. Actually, catching up on it on Hulu.
Check out Rick and Morty, RJ. You will love it. A lot of
I'll do it another time. But
jokes.
As far as Game of Thrones go, there was a fucking ice dragon.
Ice dragon!
The wall came down. There's gonna be a golden army with elephants, apparently.
Apparently.
Dude banging his aunt, and he doesn't even know it. And they ended it. And now we have to wait an entire other calendar year before we even hear when it's gonna come out. This is horse shit.
I agree, damn it.
Hey, Benioff and Weiss want to develop their Confederate, What Up the South would Rise show. So that's on them.
I mean, I understand. It's only 6 episodes. They're going to put a lot of effort into those 6 episodes. We're basically getting 6 mini movies. So I understand the time it's going to take. It's sad because you're right. After that, we're saying goodbye to at least that story of Westeros. If they do the spin-off, cool. But this ends this whole thing that, personally, I wasn't going to get into until my fraternity brother made me watch it. Went to his dorm, saw all this shit. I was like, so you're really into Game of Thrones? He was like, here's season 1. Go home and watch this.
Mm-hmm. Homework. He's like, you go watch. Read 10-page homework.
He had seasons 1 and 2 right before 3 came out. So he lent them both to me. That by the time season 3 came out, I could just turn on HBO and watch it.
Yeah,
it's great. And we just caught up my sister's boyfriend to it. So we just finished watching season 7 again and had to explain to him, by the way, this isn't going to be around for another 2 years.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? It's fine. They set it up really good. It's going to be a really good last season. I don't mind waiting. I'll get over it probably by halfway through this year because I'll forget. And then when they remind us in 2019 that it's coming out that year, that's when it'll start getting back to me. But if Bran's first line of the 8th season is "I am the three-eyed raven," he's going to get stabbed.
That's
he says "I am the three-eyed raven" one more time. I'm jumping into Westeros, and I'm stabbing.
You're going to jump through the TV.
I'm jump through that TV and slap that kid in the face.
As you can tell, we're huge fans of Game of Thrones. Slightly.
We're slightly huge fans of Game of Thrones. All right, and our last story in miscellaneous news. Hunter, you actually have a photo to queue up. So, in a movie that I'm not sure who's looking forward to, in, of course, the newly minted Transformers Cinematic Universe, which I know we are all dying with excitement about, has just released a new still photo.
No one ever.
They just released a new still photo from their upcoming
movie. Oh, shit!
And yep, there it is. That is, of course, Haley Steinfeld with the titular character, Bumblebee, who is finally VW Beetle.
Yeah.
Yes. This movie, like every movie nowadays, is going to take place in the 80s. Well, I'll chime in first. I know Michael Bay is not directing it, and I know it's a different creative team. I know you got Travis Knight, the head of Laika, who directed Kubo and the Two Strings last year, which was amazing. I'm not looking forward to this. Like I don't care. I have expended all my Transformers, everything I had for Transformers, gone. I don't care anymore. Like maybe it's good. If it's good, I'll see it. But if this franchise is any indication, this is gonna absolutely suck. RJ.
He's a freaking beetle.
Yeah, he basks in the glory of the Beetle.
I did not watch Transformer reruns growing up. That was one of the few 80s reruns that I ignored. It'd be like Thundercats, G.I. Joe, and then Transformers came on and I ignored them. I watched the ones that came out while I was growing up, like Beast Wars and Transformers Armada, Energon, all that. So I actually don't know Bumblebee as well as everybody else does because he was not part of those. I even went back and double checked.
I will say, speaking of half of just the movies, Bumblebee in these movies oftentimes is probably the most defined character in these things, and he knows his work.
Yeah, but I didn't see Last Night, thank God. I did not waste my money on that. I think Extinction definitely made me I'm done wasting my money on these movies. I still haven't even watched it out to see what it was about. So I'm not excited about Bumblebee. I'm excited for Haley Steinfeld. I mean, she's a great actress. She's doing a lot of work. So good that she's getting.
This screams paycheck job to me. I don't know why she's doing this.
Maybe she actually found it interesting. Who knows? Maybe she likes the story. Maybe because she gets to drive around in a classic Beetle. Who knows?
I'm like,
tell me, you would do a Transformers movie for the opportunity to ride around in his Camaro form?
No.
You really wouldn't? I'd do it for the Camaro ride. I really would. I would be Shia LaBeouf's
I can ride a Camaro.
The guy who climbed the tree, I'd be that guy. I'd be that guy, just to sit in the Camaro.
Okay.
Take that paycheck.
Haven't seen any Transformers movies in the theaters. Thank God.
Oh. Have you seen Period? Anything Period?
I've seen the first one. I had fun with it. I've seen part of the second one. Absolutely hated it. Turned it off. Haven't watched any since.
The third one's not bad. The third one's not bad.
All right. I want to be the positive one on this panel. I'm excited.
Why?
Because, as you point out, Michael Bay has nothing to do with it. It's a brand new director. It's the director of Kubo and the Two Strings, which I absolutely loved. You have a great actress in Haley Steinfeld. And if done right, if the script is good, and as Chance pointed out, Bumblebee has always been the most defined character in those movies. I think he was the best part of most of those movies, the two I've seen at least. So, you have a great actress. You have a great director. Michael Bay is far away from this one. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of these big blockbuster movies with great directors and great actors fail. I've seen these things fail all the time.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you look at on surface level, maybe it's because I'm not drowned out by having watched all the Transformer movies. That you know, as I said before, you have a great director and a great actress. Who Edge of 17 was a very, very well done.
Oh yeah,
he was a standout of that movie.
Should have been nominated for an Oscar.
Yep, and I think this could work only if the script is good and the story makes sense. Other than that, if it's a great movie, if it develops on her character and we care about Bumblebee, that's all I care about. Maybe it's just me being, optimistic and me not having seen all the Transformer movies. It gets me excited, but I'm excited for this.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a bet. right now. If the Bumblebee movie is good, I will live stream me watching Transformers. I don't know, 4 or 2. You pick.
The last night.
Oh no, that was not as bad. That was not as bad.
Okay,
as 4.
okay. Age of Extinction.
Okay, 4. If Bumblebee comes out and it's good, I will live stream me watching Age of Extinction.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how little faith I have in this thing. All right. So now we move on to our genre. Well, not our genres, but
finally
our big stories. So let's start. Let's take out the trash. Let's start with DC. Sorry, I had to get my dig out the way early.
You always do.
Get your shit together, and it looks like they might.
Nice segue.
Looks like they might, because DC has just announced that their new head of film division. It is Walter Hamada, who has worked. He's a producer. He's worked on the Conjuring franchise. He was one of the instrumental people behind excuse me, this year's It. I think this is a very good choice, because this is a guy who knows how to put together a franchise. Because you look at what he's done with the Conjuring franchise. That's 4 movies. The 4 movies, the budget for those are totaled to $82 million, and off of that, $1.2 billion in revenue, which is a problem. Which making money back is a problem that DC has had the past few years. Because look at Justice League, that a movie that on paper is $1 billion, but in reality crashed and burned. So let's Hunter, what do you make of a Walter Hamada heading up DC Films now?
Now, when you said that name, I didn't know who he was, to be honest. Then he brought up his work on The Conjuring and It, which It is one of my top 10 favorite movies of this year, of 2017. I absolutely love that movie. I saw it 3 times in the theaters. I'm excited. As you pointed out, the dude is really good at controlling a budget on a movie, which is something that, 1, DC needs, and 2, the entire fucking Hollywood needs to learn to do. Control your damn budgets. But off topic a little bit, but I'm excited. This seems like the first time in a long time I'm excited about what DC's doing outside of the movies. You guys know I love Man of Steel. I like BVS, the Ultimate Edition. Suicide Squad was probably the weakest of them. Still had fun with that movie. I found it as a good popcorn movie. Huh?
Understatement of the fucking millennium.
Wonder Woman I thought was freaking fantastic. Justice League I liked Justice League. The movie's having a problem with. The studio is what I've been having problems with. And it seems like they're buckling down. Now, are they making this guy like the Kevin Feige of Marvel?
Yeah. Essentially, yes.
That's good. You want someone to control over the DC part. And I feel like if someone's connected to DC and their movies and their budget and their actors and whatever, you have a more tight-run schedule and a tight-run crew. I'm excited for this. And you point out all great movies. Conjuring movies were very good. I loved It, so I'm super excited.
All right, RJ, thoughts on Walter Hamada now heading up DC Films?
All right, so real quick first, just because we keep bringing up this movie, I'm going to send a shout out again to Studio ADI, because they also made It's costume. They made Pennywise.
Nice.
They said it was really cool interacting with the director. They said he was one of the most hand-on directors they ever worked with in designing the costume. They actually had it on display in their studio. It scared the shit out of me because it was around the corner and I wasn't ready for it. Now let me have a drink of water before I talk about purpose. Y'all doing the exact same shit. Y'all ain't fixing shit. I don't care who this guy is. This is the exact same talk we all had when Jeff Johns was going to take over. Then when the guy after him took over, this was the exact same talk everybody was talking. DC needs to stop trying to put someone below them and realize that their higher ups are the problem. It is not the people they keep putting in charge of DC. It is them. They're the ones who come in and try to bullshit all the movies. They're the ones who get scared every time a movie doesn't do good. It's them. What's the one movie that had the best success? Wonder Woman. Why? Because they let Patty Jenkins do her thing. It wasn't John's. It wasn't the other guy. And it's definitely not this new guy. It was because they said, let's let the director make the movie they want to make. And it worked. And now what are they doing again? They're doing the exact same bullshit and trying to put someone in charge of everything. Y'all are not Marvel. Stop trying to be Marvel. You know what works for y'all, WB? Letting your directors do what they want to do. Just get directors who want to make good movies and let them do it. Y'all already dug yourself a hole that y'all can't come back from. You jumped the gun with Batman v Superman and you're paying for it because you can't go back. You can't reboot this shit. You've made too many promises and now you got to keep it. Stop putting someone in a position that everyone else will blame when it's really your fault.
Damn.
Okay. First of all.
First of all, RJ, are you okay? Don't die on us, dude.
Yeah, you okay?
I'm so done with DC. I want these movies to be good. I want to enjoy a DC movie every time I go see it. And
Okay, well, I think counterpoint you just brought up, the difference between John's, the other guy, and Walter Hamada. Walter Hamada is someone who has experience working on films. Jeff Johns had never worked on this. He was working mainly in comics and TV, and the most film experience he had before becoming the head of DC Films was Green Lantern, which was an absolute pile of crap. As I'm assuming you know, which because Green Lantern's your hero and all. The other guy also never worked on a huge franchise. Walter Hamada is someone who has demonstrated that he knows how to construct franchises. Like he knows how to start something successful, like with The Conjuring, and also with it. Like this dude, I feel like this dude knows what he's doing. I feel like he'll come in, he'll focus up the ship, and he'll get
Here's my thing with that though. I gotta say it real quick. Everyone keeps talking about how he does The Conjuring and It. Yeah, when those movies were actually being made, I never heard this dude's name. We talked about Juan and we talked about Muschietti. I never heard this dude's name.
Well, because he was a producer, and like if you read about this guy, one of the most instrumental people in getting it actually to the screen was Walter Hamada.
Now let me bring up a point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Conjuring series and it also WB?
Yeah, it's all WB.
Okay. That actually ups my excitement level a little bit because WB let the dude. How do you say his name? I'm sorry.
Walter Hamada.
Yes. They let Walter take it. They let him take, the Conjuring series, and they didn't force him, and they didn't use their higher power to manipulate everything like they're doing with the DCEU now. I feel like with this guy in charge of DC, that they're going to let him be in charge, especially with the track record. I mean, as Chance brought up, it made shit tons of money.
Yeah.
On a low budget. So did the Conjuring movies. Shit tons of money. Money talks. And I feel like he's made so much money for the studio that the studio is going to give him some freedom to control DC the way he sees fit.
And I hope you guys are right. I really do.
He's also demonstrating someone who can let filmmakers make his thing, because Andy Muschietti with with it, and James Wan, who he has worked with before.
Mm-hmm.
That James Wan clearly very comfortable with. I feel like he's gonna be that guy who can let filmmakers do their thing. So I'm optimistic for Walter Hamada.
Mm-hmm.
So we already talked about it a little bit, but Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins was she was talking about. She didn't want to get too much about Wonder Woman 2, but she's hinting at the fact that Wonder Woman 2 will be completely different than the first one. Which Hunter, what do you make of these comments? What direction do you think this movie's going to go?
Well, as a sequel, I want it to be different than the first one. I don't want to see a rehash of the second one or from the first one. Patty Jenkins is coming back, I believe, correct? Yes.
Yes.
Again, I'm excited. The direction, I'm not sure. Last time I heard Wonder Woman was taking place in the 70s?
I think it was the 80s.
The 80s. So you could do a lot of cool stuff. You could do a lot of interesting stuff for that time period. Maybe we'll see some Cold War stuff mixed in there. I don't know, but I'm excited with Patty Jenkins and Wonder Woman 2.
Okay, RJ, any thoughts on Wonder Woman 2?
Oh, God. Rant time.
No, I'm okay.
No, I'm good.
Nah, we're good.
Well, okay, I'm not going to rant about it, but I'm a little concerned about continuity issues when it comes to Wonder Woman 2. Just because in Justice League and in Batman v Superman, she says she walked away from the world of men 100 years ago. So what the hell are you doing there in the 80s? Obviously, that was like 30 years ago. What are you talking about? You walked away 100 years ago. But I digress. Besides that, I like that she's like, I want to make it a different movie because that is the right way to go. Like, not to keep making the comparisons. I apologize to all the people who want to take offense to this. But look, to me, because this is the best film franchise in Marvel, look what Captain America did. You went from First Avenger to Winter Soldier. Two completely different movies that serve the character very well. And because of their similarities in like how they're heroes out of time, Wonder Woman will probably benefit from that, from a movie that just takes it in a totally different direction. What direction they're going to go, I don't know. Because like I said, I am a superhero fan, but I am not a comic book fan. So I am not as familiar with Wonder Woman's villainesses, whatever, as other people are. I really only know Cheetah.
Yeah.
And especially with the setup of them wanting to do with what they set up. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Justice League and you're watching this, that the setup with Lex Luthor and Deathstroke saying we're going to get a league together of our own.
Justice League.
It's always Cheetah.
Yeah.
It's always Cheetah who's opposite Wonder Woman. So I'm like, to me, what I feel like is happening is everyone's villains are going to get introduced in their individual movies. And to me, the perfect end credit scenes for all of those is Lex Luthor talking to those villains.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't know enough about Wonder Woman to know where they could go. I really don't know, but I'm excited by what she says. I'm excited she's back. We hope that because of her track record, WB's going to do exactly the same thing again and be like, you got this, girl.
They will.
You go do your thing, and we'll all benefit. And then there was silence.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute my mic, but okay, here we go. So yeah, Wonder Woman 2. I'm optimistic. I don't love Wonder Woman as much as most people. I do think it is I do think it's a good film. I will concede that point. I mean, for me, but that's just me personally.
I'm hearing a lot of echo from you, Chance.
For me?
Yeah. It's not echo.
I don't know why.
It's more of like static whenever you talk.
Maybe not microphone. Give me 2 seconds.
All right.
Crap. I hate doing things live. You can have this out, right?
We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, I am. to fix this, but bottom line,
DC's demonstrated that this is the only property they have that works. Patty Jenkins has a vision for you do it and you let her go. Okay, cool. All right, that's it. Now we have some news from Shazam. A quote from Zachary, who of course is playing Shazam, saying that that this movie will be quote unquote Superman, and that he's also hinting at a possible cameo from this franchise's savior. Hunter, what do you have to say about Zachary Levi's comments?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear his comments. You kept breaking up on me.
Hold on. I think that this movie will be a mix of Big and Superman, and there will be a possible Wonder Woman cameo.
He said a mix. He said a mix of Big meets Superman, and then with a Wonder Woman cameo possibly.
Okay. Interesting comparison, Big and Superman. But I can kind of see it. I'm excited, man. I mean, I keep saying that, but Shazam is one of those properties where, if done right, you can have a great series of movies. Especially if they bring in Black Adam, played by The Rock, which, you know, incredible. Yeah, dude. Wonder Woman makes an appearance. Even better. I love Wonder Woman. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Hope, fingers crossed for this movie. I hope it's good.
All right, RJ.
Yeah, Shazam's one of the movies I'm actually really excited to see. I love the concept of the character. He's one of the few comic book characters that you know, he's just one of the lesser superheroes that gained a lot of fame more recently because of the newer Justice League cartoons and because of Injustice Gods Among Us. Kind of brought his character back into light. And Zachary Levi, I personally thought was perfect casting.
Me too.
Most of his character is basically a little boy trapped in a giant man's body. The idea of Big meets Superman, yeah, it totally works. Like,
yeah, it does.
Who wouldn't think that? It works perfectly. And if you actually know the lore of Shazam, Wonder Woman making a cameo makes the most sense, even more than Superman, because his powers come from Greek mythology. So it makes sense that she would make a cameo. I mean,
because they got to put Wonder Woman and everything now.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, but like I said, because of his lore, it makes sense for her to be the one to interact with him first. She's the daughter of Zeus. The Z in his name stands for Zeus. So it makes sense that they would interact in a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad he's excited about it. A lot of people don't know it about him, but he's a huge comic book nerd himself. So I can't wait to see what this movie puts out. Honestly, right behind Aquaman, it's probably my most anticipated DC movie coming up.
You can ask Chance. I'm super excited for Aquaman to come out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Aqua Bro. That's what I call Jason Momoa. He's Aqua Bro.
Aqua Bro. Yeah, because he ain't fighting. He's tailgating. I don't know. I'm planning on hearing news of the Batman, see who's playing him, but in the Batman was a spin movie. But behind that, Aquaman. All right, let's head over to some Marvel news. This is happened today. Trailer for Black Panther, which comes out, of course, February of this year. Let the white guy go first. Hunter.
I'm the white guy, apparently, but Black Panther, man, the trailers have been super sick, and this one is no different, man. I absolutely am super excited for this movie. The one problem I have is it looks like it's kind of doing what Iron Man 1 was doing, which I brought up before when we talked about the trailer. It looks like just a carbon copy, an evil copy of, you know, our hero. You know, you have Black Panther, you have evil Black Panther. You have Iron Man, you have evil Iron Man. You have Ant-Man, you have the Yellow Jacket, which is pretty much the evil version of Ant-Man. This is really the only issue, and it's a nitpick. I love all the actors involved, but that's just the one nitpick that I keep bringing out of it is it just seems like a carbon copy of what those movies have done.
All right. I will go next. I thought this trailer, like every trailer, and maybe speaking from the African American perspective, it's nice to see. I think I said on the show before. I think this is going to have the same impact for the African American community that Wonder Woman had for the woman community.
Yep.
This Black Panther is a very important figure in pop culture in general. Like, he was one of the first Black superheroes to have be taken seriously. Ryan Coogler quoted saying this is the most personal movie to date. He trusts anything, and as one of my most anticipated movies of next year, as whatever show for me so far. I just want to get to February. I just want to get to Black History Month movie.
All right, RJ.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear a chance. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep calm, but I can't even begin to express how excited I am for this movie. This is one of the first times that I have not wanted to skip the movie before an Avenger movie. Like, I'm not like, can we just get through February and get to May? Like, I want February to come. Black Panther stole the show in Civil War, and ever since these trailers dropped, ever since we saw that concept art at Comic-Con, it just looks to be a really good, well put together, very well. God, what's the word for it? It just looks beautiful. It looks like it's just going to be beautiful to watch in general. The colors, the color palettes he's decided on, the scenery they've created, whether it's by practical effects or CG, everything looks awesome. And I can't wait to see what Chadwick Boseman does with this character when he is leading the film. From what I can tell so far, he's going to freaking kill it. We've seen him carry a film in 42. We've seen him do it in Get On Up. And I can't wait to see him do it as T'Challa. I see what you're saying about the whole, the thing with the villain being his exact opposite. But, that's just what villains are. Let's be honest. Comic book villains.
There's other ways you can do it besides having him just wear a different version of the costume.
Right.
I'll give you that. That's fair.
The Joker and Batman.
But I like the idea when they originally were gonna actually have him. The villain was gonna be Man-Ape, but then they decided to add him to the story. He's not really the main villain, but he is an antagonist. He's also someone vying for the throne.
Yeah.
But
let me bring up something. Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I like his golden outfit. I can't wait to see them throw down. I'm sure that's probably going to be arguably one of the top Marvel fight scenes that's going to be out there. Until Infinity War comes out, unfortunately. Because that's probably going to blow everything out of the water, even Civil War. But, I just can't wait to see what they do with it. I'm enjoying all the characters from what I see in the trailers. The story looks like it's going to be great. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
And
I'm going to buy my tickets.
I just want to bring up the fact that I love that we saw Martin Freeman. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Martin Freeman.
And why am I forgetting the dude's name? Caesar. Andy Serkis sitting together in one scene. That was awesome.
And not arguing over the Precious?
Yes, and not arguing over the Precious.
Share screen time together.
I know it's the second time. I'm talking about just the actors.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just pointing it out. The second time Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman have shared screen time.
Yep, and that Gollum scene is the best scene in the Hobbit trilogy.
Nope. That is the wrong answer.
Oh, we can talk about Hobbit later.
That is the wrong answer.
Well, Black Panther news. It was announced earlier, I believe it was last week. Grammy Award-winning rapper Kendrick Lamar produce and curate a soundtrack for Black Panther. Hunter, what you want to give your thoughts on this?
Who, me or RJ?
Yeah, no, you Hunter.
One of my favorite rappers today, Kendrick Lamar, man, he could do no wrong. And I love the fact that they're going back to making original songs for movies now. It's not just, current hits, new hits. No, he sat down, he made music, he made rap songs based on Black Panther and the character. I'm super excited for it. I heard the full song dropped last week. I gotta go listen to it. Again, Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite artists going today.
All right, RJ.
Yeah, I'm not really big on rap and everything, but you know what? Good for Kendrick Lamar. I mean, that's all I can really say about it. Like the soundtrack, if we're including the songs that they've already used in the trailers, good stuff. Give us more. Make an original song. I'm down with it.
Right on. Kendrick Lamar is a phenomenally talented dude. He's a creative master. He's one of the best rappers working today. What he does in this environment, what he does for this film, they just do something spectacular.
Bitch, be humble.
Sit down. Panther, be humble. Okay. Well, our last story to Marvel, both the same thing. Show has just been renewed for a second season. That will be the Runaways on Hulu and The Gifted on Fox. I have not seen The Gifted, but I have started The Runaways, and I do think I like it a lot more than I thought I would. Renee, what's up with Renee? Watch either of these shows.
So, I enjoy Runaways more. That's the show I was like waiting for it. Like Runaways was actually the reason I got a Hulu. I was like, I need to watch this show.
Wow.
I need to have access to this show to watch it. I haven't actually read the comics, but a long time ago I did research on them, and I thought their story was awesome. Like, it was the first team of teen superheroes, and I was like, okay, but we're not just people's sidekicks. It's not something like that. And like some of them, it's not even really like powers they have. It's the things they can do themselves and what they do with it. Like, spoiler alert, Chase making his fistigons. But the show's really good. Yes, it has that teen drama feel like Riverdale that a lot of people are tired of. But the underlying story, I really enjoy, especially the fact that in the actual comics, if you read them, their parents are evil. Like ridiculously evil. But in this show, they kind of did the whole thing like we're not being evil because we want to be. We're being evil because we are forced to be. I kind of like that aspect more to it. I enjoy watching the parents just as much as I enjoy watching the kids. We got one more episode this season to still drop, I believe tomorrow, or actually probably even right now. It already dropped. I'm gonna check that while you guys are talking about it. Real quick, because it is Tuesday officially. So I'm going to check.
Multitasking.
Episode already dropped.
So Hunter, have you seen either Runaways or The Gifted?
Okay, Runaways, I haven't started yet. I heard great things about it. I just, with so many shows you have to watch and review, and it gets tiring trying to watch a lot of TV shows, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. I finished half of The Gifted, and it is so good. I love The Gifted. I didn't really watch Legion that much. After the first episode, I was so confused. I couldn't get into it. The Gifted was a show where from the get-go, you know what's going on. It's got good Easter eggs for the comic fans. It doesn't force it down your throat. It's about this family, and you relate to that family. And I want to finish the rest of The Gifted, and then I'll probably go and binge watch The Runaways.
Right on.
Newsflash: episode 10 is up already. So Hunter, you can now binge the entire season.
There you go. Yes.
And Diamond season 2.
And I know what I'm doing.
Then I move on. News stories from a galaxy far, far away. That's why we're talking Star Wars.
Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars.
Story, but after about 3 weeks of release, crossed $1 billion. It's fantastic. Well, people who know me know I Last Jedi on second viewing. Interested enough to put this at number 3 second viewing, but I don't think it will. I think it's the best Star Wars movies. I think it's a phenomenal thing of the year 2017. I will think of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I can't tell. I know it's a polarizing movie, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I knew why. It's a great film, and I do think it deserves the $1 billion that it's getting. Thoughts on The Last Jedi and hitting $1 billion in about 3 weeks?
Me or RJ? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Sure, Hunter.
Congratulations, Star Wars: Last Jedi, for reaching $1 billion, man. I saw this movie twice in theaters, which is something I almost never do. I've seen a movie once, I'm good, I'll wait for it to come on DVD. But there was so much stuff that I had to go back and rewatch and have to catch. And I went back twice to see it, once by myself, once with my brother. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says. The Star Wars purists out here, this is one of the best Star Wars movies I've ever seen. It deserves all the acclaim, all the money. It's such a great movie.
All right, RJ, I hear RJ gritting his teeth. RJ, what do you got to say about Star Wars: The Last Jedi?
Oh no, sorry, that was actually a cough. But before I say anything, let me remind people. Here's Chance as a Star Wars fan. Here's RJ. Let me just remind everybody of that. I enjoy the movies, could probably care less about the lore. Now, with that being said, I went to go see Last Jedi at 3 o'clock in the morning, purely to avoid spoilers. I wasn't that desperate to see it. I was just not going to go the entire weekend avoiding Facebook to not see something I didn't want to see. It was a good movie. I'm not surprised at all it already passed $1 billion. Good for them. But here's where everyone's going to hate me. Jar Jar is awesome. The little kid Anakin was not that bad. The battle scene in Attack of the Clones is awesome. All those Jedi showing up was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And there's one more thing that I know I usually upset people with, but I don't know. All I know is
RJ, you broke my heart. You broke my heart with the Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks sucks.
I like it. It's hilarious.
Oh my, he's racist as a motherfucker.
Makes me laugh.
Well, we can have a whole discussion about Jar Jar Binks in the prequels, but that's for another day. All right.
Don't get me wrong. I won't defend Jar Jar Binks. Y'all can hate him if you want. I just don't mind the guy.
Well,
I don't think he deserved the fate that he apparently got.
No. Yeah, he did. All right. Well, let's move on. Our last 3 stories from Star Wars are all from, of course, Solo, a Star Wars story, the standalone Han Solo picture. First one is that John Williams is apparently coming back to do the main theme for the movie. I don't know if he's doing the whole score, but he's definitely doing the main theme. Idea, because John Williams, of course, as far as Star Wars music goes, dude, my eyes can do no wrong. I love him as a composer. as a musical mind and as a film composer. So, RJ, thoughts on John Williams coming back to do the score for Han Solo?
Woohoo!
That's
Sorry,
it.
like I understand. John Williams is very important to the Star Wars universe. I understand. He's a great composer. He's made a lot of great music. I'm not surprised. But they're trying to save Han Solo. They're gonna do whatever they can to save Han Solo. So, woohoo for them. I'm still debating whether I'm gonna go see Han Solo.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna see it.
I might see it simply because I like the kid. Or he's not a kid, he's actually older than me. But I like the dude playing Han. I enjoy him.
Now, Donald Glover is also in the movie.
Huh?
Yeah.
Glover is also in the movie.
Yeah, with her big old eyebrows.
What the fuck? All right, and Hunter. John Williams coming back.
As RJ said, not surprised, but I'm gonna do more than just say woohoo. But great.
You gonna add a wee in there?
Huh?
You gonna add a wee?
Wee. But John Williams, man, you can't go wrong with him. Can't go wrong with that Star Wars theme. Or if he decides to create a new theme for Han Solo, even better. I don't care. I'm excited for Han Solo to come out. Okay, what anybody says. It's got a stacked cast. It's Han Solo. It's the Han Solo story. I'm excited, man. I'll definitely be seeing it in theaters.
If he makes an original score for Han, that score better be entitled Scruffy Nerf Herder.
Scruffy Nerf, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be the name of Han Solo's original score. Scruffy Nerf Herder.
Scruffy Nerf Herder. Hashtag Scruffy Nerf Herder. Our next story. Christian Bale was giving an interview, and he revealed that he was actually in talks to play the role that Woody Harrelson ultimately got in Han Solo. But, you know, he said that ultimately it didn't work out because of scheduling conflicts, but he hopes that talks will resume. So it's that Christian Bale wants to be in a Star Wars movie. Your thoughts on that?
As I always say on this show, I'm going to bring it up again, can't go wrong with great talent. There's nothing wrong with adding great talent, and Christian Bale is a great actor. He's a great talent. The dude wants to do a Star Wars movie, let him do a Star Wars movie. He is going to act his ass off in that movie.
All right. RJ.
I can't see him being the character that they're planning for Woody Harrelson just because, like, I can't imagine Christian Bale being an older Han. Like the guy who made Han the way he is. I just
Christian
don't
Bale
see it really working.
Because he doesn't look that old.
No, even because of his age, I just don't see it. Just like I've seen a lot of his movies, and I don't like him when he tries to be like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm chill, like I do what I want. Nah, he does stoic very well. So like when he does eventually do a Star Wars movie, he needs to be like an old Sith Lord or something.
Yeah.
Or like if they finally make that Bounty Hunter movie, hell, I'd put his name in the hat for Cad Bane.
That's actually a good pick.
I'd put his name in the ring definitely, or at least to be a bounty hunter.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I will go next. Yeah, Christian Bale. He's not just a good actor. He is a phenomenal actor.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
someone who, every time he gets a new role, what he would do for a Star Wars movie. Very interesting dynamic to the franchise, and I hope to see him in a Star Wars movie at some point because, like, there's no denying that. All right, and our last story is Donald Glover. We're talking about the new season of Atlanta. Asked about the Han Solo movie, and where he was quoted as saying that changed, and that Ron Howard, very good job of steering the ship into, of just apparently writing this ship a great movie. Which my biggest takeaway from this is because you hear Josh Depp talk about it, and had when they had Lord and Miller on, like the fact that they had two directors, kind of disagreeing on stuff. Whereas now we have one director, which is Ron Howard. Just he's making all the decisions. He's saying we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Kind of need that singular vision. So I think this makes me kind of hopeful. I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical. It's going to be good. I have no reason to not think that's because Disney, as far as Star Wars, has not let me down yet. Do not look forward to this movie. I think it's going to turn out all right. RJ.
I don't know. Every time I hear Donald Glover, all I think of is Lion King. So it's hard to remember that he's actually young Lando Calrissian too. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good to hear. I mean, it's hard to really accept it just because, not that I say a lot of people do it, but it kind of sounds like one of those like, look, if anyone asks you about what happened when Ron came on, this is kind of what you should say. It kind of felt a little like that to me. Not that I'm saying he's lying, but there may be some things he's not talking about. So, but you know what? I really want a trailer. Like it's that movie comes out in May. We haven't seen shit.
I feel like we'll get a trailer soon.
I'm thinking Super Bowl. I'm assuming that's what they're saving it for.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possible.
But
when's Celebration this year?
Huh?
When's Celebration this year?
May.
Oh, it's in May this year?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, they're definitely not. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Celebration is before Han Solo. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a special screening of Han Solo at Celebration.
Yeah.
I would think they would do it.
And, sorry.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Han Solo.
Hunter, your thoughts on Han Solo?
Donald Glover, man, great actor. I've watched him in Community, which I absolutely love that show. I also listened to his rap career as Childish Gambino. Loved his music. Again, I'm gonna kind of agree with RJ in the fact that it does seem like the studio was like, hey, you know, if anyone asks, you know, everything's good. But I do feel like he actually does believe that. He actually does feel like Ron Howard is doing a great job of steering the ship and keeping things on schedule and making a great movie. I do believe that. I just feel like the studio was like, don't say anything negative while you're out there. Try to keep that hidden. But I'm excited for Han Solo. As I said before, Donald Glover is a very good actor. Ron Howard's a great director. The only issue I do have is there was two directors. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how that's going to mix. I do feel like it will do well. But, you know, we'll see.
Simba.
All right. And with that, Hunter, close out the show.
All right, guys. Before we leave, RJ, since you are our guest, you want to plug anything?
Yeah. So as most of y'all know, on Film Nerd TV, we didn't get to do it a lot, but we do have Let's Talk Anime. We're going to be coming back this year, stronger than ever.
Sometime this month, hopefully.
Yes. And then also, for those of you who are fans of Full Metal Trivia, we got a very special match coming up that will involve me. I don't know when we're going to do it, but there's going to be a Power Ranger Iron Man match.
Kind of funny.
And all I got to say about that is, if you freaking asked for it, then you don't realize who these guys writing the questions are. They're not Power Ranger fans. They're going to make the deepest cuts of these questions. And you already hate Jeremy's question writing. Do you realize what he's going to do to you with Power Rangers?
All right, Chance, go ahead.
I can show. Yeah, first of all, I can show one question right as a power. Yeah, Full Metal Trivia, and check out my YouTube channel, Chance the Critic on YouTube.
And of course, if you guys enjoy this content, including the nerd news, including all the trailer reactions, the reviews, the trivia, we do a lot of shit on here, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to Film Nerd TV below. Hit that bell to be notified, which is something I'm starting to say now. And check out Patreon, patreon.com/FilmNerdTV, and join the Nerd Squad. All right, guys. I'm Hunter. That's RJ. That's Chance. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace.